Hi everyone, it's Yesenia. Welcome back to my channel, Budget with Books and Makeup. On this YouTube channel, I am talking about my financial journey. I am currently in my mid-30s trying my hardest to clean up the giant financial mess that I made in my early 20s. So if this is content that appeals to you, please like, please comment, please subscribe. Hey everyone! I know, I disappeared for about a month. The last month was really crazy. I had so much going on, and then I don't know if y'all can tell, this last week I got sick. I am on the tail end of it, so I am almost done with it, thank goodness, because I'm so tired of this congestion. Definitely was not as bad as it was yesterday. So now I feel comfortable filming again because I don't sound, I sounded and felt awful last week. It was terrible. I went grocery shopping today. So I went to Costco and then I went to Aldi's. What I do at Costco is I buy in bulk all like the frozen foods and the foods that'll definitely last me the whole month, because since buying in bulk, it ends up being cheaper. I end up spending less money on food. And then I go to Aldi's for all my perishables. So like the weekly things that I need. So like spinach, kale, fruits, vegetables, all those things. I will say this. I went to a different Aldi's today than I normally went to. If you live in Chicago, the Aldi's next to the Costco in Lincoln Park, what I think it's on Clybourne and Damon, that Costco, the Aldi's that is right next to it sucks. It was dirty, it was messy. They also had limited items, like the one that I typically go to, which is on Milwaukee, so much better, so much cleaner, so much nicer, and they have all my reduced fat options. So like my reduced fat string cheese, my reduced fat sour cream, my reduced fat cream cheese, all those things that like help me stay on track with my diet. This Aldi's did not have. I just went there because since I was already out and I was going home, I'm like, you know what? Let me save myself a trip. So I just popped in there to grab a couple of things, and I am never going back there. It was absolutely disgusting. All of my items were bagged, thank goodness. So yeah, so let me show y'all what I got. All right, we're gonna try the dual capture feature on this phone. Since I got a new phone, I might as well use the features, right? All right, so let's go ahead, let's see what I got. So these are some of the things that I got from Aldi's. I got the skinny bagels. So I typically get like the giant thick bagels because I'll just eat one. However, I don't like the bagels that they have at Aldi's, and I don't like buying them in bulk at Costco. So I just buy the skinnies, and then whenever I eat these, I only eat 2 of them. I eat 2 of them because that'll equal the number of carbs that I need to eat per meal, which is 22. Yeah, so 2 of these equal 44 grams of carbs, which is my goal for every meal. I don't know how this is gonna work. All right, so next is some zucchini. So I always buy the big pack, and then these I like to chop up and cook them up for my lunches underneath this. So this is what I was talking about. Okay, the zucchini fell on the floor. So I put that in the sink. I'm going to wash that later. So this is the string cheese. So I typically get the reduced fat, and it makes a big difference. So this is the regular one. Still not too bad. It's 6 grams of fat per string cheese. However, the reduced fat only has 2.5 grams, which is why I like buying those better. But this was literally all they had. So I also got my spinach. I got my kale that I like to cook in my lunches. I also they did have some reduced fat shredded cheese, but it's the same as the regular. So I just got 2. And these actually last a pretty long time for me, even when I use them every day. This is a Costco buy, so I didn't buy my normal favorite snack. I bought these instead. They were lower calorie, lower fat. So I bought these. I did snack on a few on the way home. Of course I did. And then I got my normal pistachio cream. So this is what I use in place of peanut butter. Now, I do buy peanut butter, and I do put a little bit in my oatmeal that I make for breakfast every morning. And that is what I use to bribe my dog when I cut her nails. This I like to slather on. So let's say if I'm eating a larger amount of peanut butter, I put this instead, because this only has 9 grams of fat compared to the regular peanut butter, which is like 15 to 16. Huge difference. So highly recommend that at Costco. It is kind of pricey. It's a glass jar and it's like 13 bucks compared to the regular peanut butter, but I like that option. Two more things from Aldi's. I just got some more tortillas so I can make my tacos. I also got some more chomps. There was a time I ran out of string cheese and I needed to add a protein as a snack or something. So in case I run out of string cheese, I bought these. Meatballs, I bought some more meatballs and I like the Amy Lou brand, and I did buy some Amy Lou chicken patties. These tend to be higher quality meat and they have way less fat compared to the regular low like other brands. So for example, this has 7 grams of fat per serving compared to the other brands, which could have 18 grams of fat per serving. So Amy Lou, I love this brand. The meatballs that I can put in my pasta, the chicken patties I can have for breakfast, and then sometimes I buy the sausages, which is like another protein I can cook up in my lunches in case I need something quick. And then I also have these hamburger patties, or chicken. They're chicken patties, same thing from Amy Lou, and it's 9 grams of fat per patty compared to like 26, which can be lingering in other brands. So that's why I really love this brand. I also got some 100-calorie organic fudge bars. So I like having these at night so I don't have to destroy my caloric deficit for the day. And these have 0 grams of fat. It's just 100 calories. So love these. And I have lost weight eating these. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. Oatmeal. This is my oatmeal. So I actually have enough. It's down there to last me a whole nother month. However, this was on sale. So I do not need to, the whole thing is normally 10 bucks. And honestly, 10 bucks for 2 months worth of oatmeal is very good. So I don't need to buy oatmeal until like the next school year because it's May and it should last me, one of these bags lasts me 2 months. I will say, what was I going to say? So this was $8 instead of 10. That's why I'm like, oh, well, it's on sale. Let me just get it because it is something I'm going to need and it's something I eat. So I just decided to buy it anyway. Then my normal granola. Granola can tend to have a lot of fat in it. So I typically get this one because it only has 5 grams of fat per serving instead of like 13. So all these sneaky little things definitely add up at the end of the day. And if you want to track your calories just to see how much fat you're intaking every day, my dietitian, well, at one point I was using the app Chronometer, and the free version is very, very good. So it covers all of the basics. So I would definitely recommend Chronometer if you want to track your calories. We're going to ignore the kitchen sink because I need to reload the dishwasher, but I got my normal organic blueberries. I got these chicken tenderloins. These were 20 bucks. And they're so cute, and it's only 1 gram of fat per chicken. These are a little bit smaller. I think there's bigger chicken breasts, and that bag was 30 bucks. So next time I'm gonna buy it. But this is a great protein source, low fat, healthy, and you just let it defrost. I typically cook mine in the toaster oven to save energy on the oven, the regular oven. So great deal. Emergency chicken wings. Guys, if you're in a caloric deficit or if you're on a budget, it doesn't matter. Always have something ready to make. It's going to save your budget, and it's going to say, I don't want to say it this way, but I'll just say it this way. It's going to save your waistline. If you are trying to make goals and let's say you forgot. So actually under here, I have ground turkey, and I'm just going to cook this today and then eat this every day the whole week. I can get about 5 meals out of that. But if you forget to take out a protein to defrost, you're more likely gonna go out and eat something or go back to the store and buy unfrozen meat. And then maybe while you're there, you're like, oh, let me just grab this, let me just grab this, let me just grab this. So having a ready-made, that's something you can pop in the air fryer super quick and cook, is going to save your budget. And if you're in a caloric deficit, it's going to save the calories. So I did the Kirkland brand. I forgot how many grams of fat. It's not that high for one serving. So sometimes, like if I need something quick and easy to make, I will, typically this happens on Thursdays because Thursday nights my last class finishes at 7:15. So I get home pretty late and then I eat dinner pretty late. Some chicken wings, and then I'll pop in some broccoli. Did I forget to buy broccoli? I forgot to buy broccoli. Wait. No, I have a whole bag in the freezer. Never mind. So I'll pop in some chicken wings. I'll cook half a bag of frozen broccoli, and then sometimes I will either cook sweet potato fries or I'll make some mac and cheese and then have that as my carb. Quick, easy dinner. So that is the secret to saving the budget and saving the waistline. Have ready-made meals. There's nothing wrong with frozen vegetables. Take some of these, throw like 3 spoonsful in a frying pan, fry it up, cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes. Bam, easy vegetable. I also have emergency baby carrots in the fridge because sometimes I forget to cook a vegetable. So I'll just take a bag of baby carrots, dump half the bag on my plate, bam, got a veggie. All dietitian approved. My dietitian approved these. She approved of the emergency chicken wings. She approved of the emergency baby carrots. And you know what? We're human. We forget things. And it's okay to have ready-made things sometimes. We're living in a different environment now. So save your budget, save your calories. 2 containers of canned mushrooms. I love eating mushrooms, so just getting the canned version just makes my life so much easier. Nothing wrong with eating canned. So there we go. All the dinner choices over here and lunch choices, and then I got breakfast. And then this is another Aldi purchase. So yellow potatoes. Guys, yellow potatoes for some strange reason are still getting a bad rap on the internet. Why? They're not bad for you. They're such a great source of carbs. Just don't add the sour cream, the cheese, the mayo, the butter, the bacon bits. That's what makes it bad. I chop up a couple of potatoes, and actually I asked my dietitian how many potatoes I should be cooking, because sometimes I feel like I'm not cooking enough and sometimes I feel like I'm cooking too much. So I do have a kitchen scale over here somewhere, and she says to measure out no more than 300 grams. So between 290 and 300 grams of potatoes for my meals till I can get the 40 grams of carbs. Guys, I've lost weight eating potatoes. I have. I just chop them up, put a little olive oil. Yes, put a little olive oil on them, season them with salt, pepper, fry them up in the air fryer at 400 degrees for about 13 minutes. They're done. And they're so good. Honestly, I think they taste better than the potatoes or the French fries at the restaurants. They're not completely like covered in oil. So do not harp on potatoes. And you know what? They're great. They are great. Love potatoes. I bought a giant bag of Skinny Pop. As you can see, I have some other popcorn over there. So I like having different carb options for my after school snack. So this is one. I'm going to take the bag. I have little bowls in my, where's my finger? Where's my finger? There it is, in my cabinet over here. So I'll just fill up a small bowl, and I don't take the whole bag with me because otherwise I will eat the whole thing. So I measure it out into a small bowl, take either string cheese or one of those chompy thingies, and there you go. There's my after school snack. Man, I sound like a kid. I work at a school, I promise. These are my protein bars that I like to eat. So sometimes if my lunches are low on protein, I'll eat one of these to make up for it. Love those. And then my vitamins, these were on sale. So I think I've just decided that whenever these are on sale, I'm just going to buy at least one. So I always have them. My collagen peptides. Y'all, if you guys are in your 30s and you haven't added a joint supplement to your regimen yet, this is your sign to do so. There was one point, I think it was March, I ran out for the 3 weeks because I went to Costco and I told myself, oh, I think what I have will last like the whole month. It didn't. It lasted a week. So the next time I went, I bought 2. Those were on sale. These were on sale. And the 3 weeks I did not have my supplement, I noticed the difference. Oh my God, my joints were killing me. So, and I do a lot of high impact stuff now. I know I need to take breaks and stuff like that, so I'm working on that. But this, especially as we're getting older, yes. I am 35. I turned 36 this year, so I've been doing some research on hormones, perimenopause, and the one, what is it? Is it a vitamin or is it a mineral? Vitamin? Okay. The one thing, okay, hold on. Okay, we're going to call it a vitamin. I'm not certain if it's a vitamin or if it's a mineral. So when I was doing my research on supporting hormones and helping me adjust to the changes of getting older and the hormones changing, I had a giant bout of cystic acne. I went to see a dermatologist for it, doing so much better. But I'm not for certain, but based on the research that I've done, there is a possibility I'm probably going through perimenopause or at least starting it. So the one thing that kept popping up that helps women who are going through hormonal changes, such as perimenopause, is magnesium. So I found this at Costco, and there's 144 servings, or 142, which is great. I'm going to give this a try and start taking it every day and see if I notice a difference. Because I've noticed a difference and a change in my body. I'm not liking it. And it's only, I don't want to say it's only going to get, it's going to get worse as I get older. And for us women too, just because, you know, as we get older, our hormones are changing. And it results in the body changing too. So I'm going to start this. I'm going to continue to lift weights. I do want to find a calcium and a vitamin D supplement as well to help with bone strength. So, and bone density, bone health overall. Okay, last 2 things. These are from Costco. Got my normal Chobani Greek yogurts. Love these. I love putting these in my breakfast every morning. And then I got my Poppy sodas. So sometimes I want to drink a soda, but I don't want to drink a soda, so I drink a Poppy. And this is great because when I have my tacos, sometimes I make tacos for dinner, and there's not enough carbs in the flour to meet my carb intake for the day. So these have 9 grams of carbs, so it just helps to round out a whole meal without adding like extra food, and then it can satisfy a sweet tooth. So there you go. Alrighty, everyone. This was all that I got at Costco and Aldi's today. I might need to go back to Aldi's, not to the one that I went to today. No, seriously, it was filthy. It was messy. It was dirty. And I was just very disappointed. It's in Lincoln Park. For those who don't know, Lincoln Park in Chicago, that neighborhood is very rich. Okay, maybe not very rich, but you know, it's definitely a more affluent neighborhood compared to some of the other neighborhoods that we have in Chicago. And I just had higher expectations for it just because of the location of the neighborhood. That was probably my fault, but you know. All right, everyone. So yeah, that's all my food. I got to put it away, especially the fridge and the frozen stuff. But have a great day, everyone. Bye.